So this is a video of how I use these little belt sanders to sharpen a knife. When they come, they have this table and this guard on the top and another guard on the side, and I think all that stuff just gets in the way. So we take that off, and I'm not even going to send that. And that's loose, and this has a nut on it. And I have the leather belt on here right now. You can see it spins like this. These leather belts are kind of tight when you first get them. So I'm going to leave this on when I ship it. But in order to sharpen the first knife, what you'll do is just pull this belt off, and you can just kind of slide it off like that. Or if not, if that seems too tight, you can also loosen this here. But this also adjusts where the belt goes, how it tracks, whether it goes off to the side. So we're going to put this on. It's got an arrow, it says direction of rotation, and this thing always rotates down. So we'll put the belt on here. And again, you can just kind of hopefully slide it on there without ripping it. Yeah, there we go. Just kind of slides on. And this thing will spin and kind of seat it. So, on the other side of it looks like that. That's your belt tension and tracking adjuster. This is a little stop that they say to move that back, and then this is your on-off switch. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. There it is. So some people like to have the table on there, but I don't think it helps. So what you do is you take your knife, and this is 1000 grit paper. People will use a little bit coarser sometimes, but 1000 grit works pretty well, and you can't really damage your knife that well if you use fine paper like this. It also gets it very sharp. So what you do is you hold the knife, and you've got to pick an angle that it's rotated at. I'm not sure you can see that, but we're going to pick about a 20-degree angle, and when this belt is spinning, we'll just gently move that along there and then pick it up a little bit for the tip. Maybe go back and forth a couple times, and then I got to do the same thing on the other side, like that. Now I have taken all the guards off this thing. When this is spinning, you don't want to get your finger caught in there. I think what it would do is probably just rip the belt off and give you a little sting. Same thing right there. But it's not that hard to keep your fingers out, and it's pretty safe. It's not a real dangerous tool. So we're going to go ahead and sharpen this knife. That wasn't very dull to start with, but that's pretty much all it takes to sharpen it. And then what we can do now is polish that edge a little bit. There's sometimes just a little bit of burr, and you can put a polish on it and make it very sharp. So we'll pull this belt off of here. Again, I'm going to turn that this way. Put the leather belt on. Which again, it's kind of got to get a little stretch to it. There we go. I'm just going to spin that to straighten it out. And this belt has a very fine polishing compound. There's many different colors. We're going to use white. And all you do is you put a little bit on here. This belt will turn black with use, but since it hasn't been used before, it's white now. So we're going to go ahead and turn that on. Put a little compound on there. And then we'll just polish this knife up. And you can do more if you want, but that's going to be a very sharp knife, and it'll hold an edge, and it's as easy as it gets to do it. This will put out a little bit of dust, so some people don't want to have them in their house, but and sometimes when you stop vibrating across the floor, it can move around a little bit, so hopefully put it on a rough surface. That's how we sharpen the knives.